Just wondering if you've ever had a situation in your life that felt kind of like this.
I finally know everything about Lolita. I know I've only worn turtlenecks my whole life, but I'm ready to make a change. I finally saved up for 15 years to buy my first Lolita dress. I know exactly what I want. It's this.
Oh, what a silly, silly girl. Actually, I was a lot like her too. I found out about the fashion and was researching it for a while, and I had learned about the different sub-styles of Lolita. I knew about classic, gothic, and sweet, and I knew about a lot of different sub-styles. I thought it was all awesome. It was all great to take in this information. There's a lot of very reliable sources on blog posts, videos, stuff like that. I'll link some ones that I found in the description, but I want to kind of go a little bit deeper than that today and talk about how to find the right Lolita style for you. Not just the one that you might think you liked when you first started researching and only had seen a certain amount of pictures. Oh, is it falling? I want to talk more about how you can really find the right style for you before you purchase that first dress, because that's what it takes for a lot of people. They end up spending money on something that they see that they think they would like, and you know, as you've been in the fashion for longer, you attend meetups, you find out more places to purchase Lolita, you find out that, hey, there's actually a lot of different types of dresses that I like a lot more than this one that I have, that I bought when I didn't really know that much about the fashion but thought I knew what I was doing. And this happened to me with my first dress. I really thought I was going to be a bittersweet kind of girl, hence what I'm wearing now. Upon learning more places to actually buy the fashion and seeing more prints that have come out and seeing more styles that have been popular throughout the years, I realized that there's plenty of different sub-styles that you don't have to settle for anything that you don't truly love with all your heart. So I'm going to talk about how to find different pieces that might reflect your personality and that you might fall in love with without you having to make the mistake of spending a lot of money on something that you find out that isn't really your thing. I have a couple tips for you guys today. I just don't want you to have to go through the same thing that I did. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people have had the same experience. Okay, my first piece of advice is think about the style that you already have. Are you kind of edgy, more punk, like metal? You know, maybe you know that you wanted to try gothic, but it goes for other things that might not be so blatantly obvious. Like if you have a more girly sense of style, you might actually like sweet, or you might like classic, or you might like He-Man. Just think about what you wear already and see if you'd want to keep that incorporated into your Lolita styles, or maybe you want to try something completely new. Some other examples that I had were, if you have a vintage style already, there is plenty of outfits that reflect that. Some brands you could go for are Innocent World, and Baby the Star Shine Bright does have some good sweet classic mix little mashup chords. Also, think about your price range of where you're trying to spend initially, because you are going to be able to find some styles easier in a lower price range than other styles. Look on secondhand sales sites like Lace Market. I would also recommend maybe looking at Japanese secondhand shop website, like literally anything that's going to be more specific. It may be harder to find for you. You might want to keep that in mind and maybe hold off on buying something at the moment until you can find something that really catches your eye. Tip number 2, you can go for your main pieces to be a name brand instead of trying to find stuff on Amazon or trying to find stuff at thrift stores. But Amazon and thrift stores, eBay are really good places to get accessories, and I would recommend trying to pick up as many accessories as you can, because then you can really experiment with your style and try out new things without breaking the bank. Tip number 3, I don't want you to be afraid to experiment, because you see all of the guidelines on these blogs and articles that tell you all the different parts of coordinate that you need to have, and it can be intimidating, and you might think, well, since there's so many guidelines, I must have to look a certain way at the end, and that's just not true. They're just trying to keep you within the Lolita style so that it's actually considered Lolita, but then you can also experiment with those different pieces, and as long as you have all the main components there, you're golden. If I were you, I wouldn't be afraid to try out new things if you think that it would better reflect the true style that you really want, because it's all about feeling the most confident and beautiful as you can with what you have. Just don't be afraid of what others think when you get it, because if you're getting the stuff that you truly want to wear, you'll totally pull it off because it's what you actually want. Number 4. Take inspiration from what you love in real life. So if there's particular things that you've had an affinity for since you were a kid, I bet you would really love to express that in your clothing. For example, I've always really loved to play poker, so when I first joined the fashion, I had no idea that Trump prints and Alice prints were such a popular theme. So I had gotten a dress from Bodyline just because I was like, oh, it has cards on it, I love cards, without realizing that there's actually classic cords and sweet cords that you can get that have the suits of cards on them. I was really pumped about that, but then I was like, I thought they would keep cards for like Gothic or whatever. I was just really excited about that, and I bet there's a lot of stuff that you can display on your dresses that you really love, and that will make you feel really happy inside no matter what you're doing. My final tip for this, tip number 5, is that you could take inspiration from online and either make a folder on your computer with all of your inspiration for the fashion, or you can even go as far as to print it out, make a scrapbook, vision board, mood board, whatever you want, really. And that can just be inspiring so that you can have a clear vision of what you really love in the fashion after researching for a little while. Now that I've told you some tips, if you're a seasoned veteran, you can also give some tips in the comments below. I bet everyone here would really appreciate it. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, thanks for staying so long. I mean, I'll have more videos out explaining the basics of the fashion if that's something you guys would like to see, so just let me know. If you appreciated what I had to say or think it's important, please give me a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe for more Lolita and Kawaii lifestyle related content. I actually made a Twitter too, so if you want to get a hold of me, you can reach me at Cakepop_Clara, and that's also my Snapchat if you want to get at me on there. I want to do some more entertaining skits and stuff like that, just to really give back in a way that it can make you laugh or make you cry from embarrassment. Hello, I'm here for the Lolita meetup. I hope you got something out of this video. Bye, pop stars.